Hi everyone. This is my first video that I've made, so I thought I'd do it on something I really enjoy, that being Game of Thrones and the Song of Ice and Fire series. This are just my predictions for Season 5. I've based my predictions on stuff that I've read throughout the net, as well as my knowledge on the books. Some of them are facts that what we definitely will see, but a lot of it is just speculation. This is a spoiler heavy video, so to anybody that has never read the books and does not wish to be spoiled, I suggest you stop listening to the video. If you don't mind about being spoiled and stuff, then that's absolutely fantastic. Then please carry on listening to my video. I found the best way for me to break down my predictions of characters was to break them down into locations. So these are the locations I expect to see in Season 5. Obviously King's Landing, Dorne, which seems it'll feature quite heavily this coming season, the Vale, the North, the Wall, certain degree the Riverlands, Braavos, Pentos, Volantis, and Meereen. This is a part 1 video which will consist of totally Dorne. I want to start off with Dorne as there are a lot of new characters from there. Even though I think we'll only see it for the first time in episode 4, but these are the characters that I know will be involved in that particular storyline. So first, we have Prince Doran Martell. He is the head of House Martell, the ruling Prince of Dorne, Lord of Sunspear, and the older brother of Elia and Oberyn Martell. And according to the TV show, has only one son, Tristan Martell. On the right, we have Tristan Martell, played by Toby Sebastian, and is described as the heir to Dorne. That's right, people. No Arianne and Quentyn. Yes, you heard me. So, seeing the most beautiful woman in one of the most beautiful women in the Song of Ice and Fire is not going to happen. Obviously, this has created a bit of an uproar from book fans. The reason for it, I don't know. Perhaps Arianne doesn't have such a big impact in the Winds of Winter and the future books. But whatever it is, Dan Weiss and David Benioff know better than you and I, and must have their reasons. If there was going to be a character cut, I always felt it would be Quentyn, so there's no real surprise there. The next character I want to go through, and that's Marcella, played by Nell Tigerfree, really strange name, is betrothed to Trystane and is Tommen's older sister. She's been recast. Not that many people remember Amy Richards from season 1 and 2, as no real offense to her, she was just basically a glorified extra in the show. The next character we have is Arya Hota on the right, is played by Deobai Opare. Probably said his name wrong, but you know, whatever. Who is the head of Doran's personal guard. I'm sure he will have a larger role in the show than he has in the books, as well as more of a personality than he has in the books, and not just basically being a CCTV camera seeing what Doran does all day. Plus, I hope we get to see him fight with that glaive, I think it's called, as it's not a double-handed axe or a spear. It's like more of a combination of both, but whatever. Just hope we get to see him use it, which I think we will. I've got a sneaky feeling or suspicion that we'll probably see Arya Hota fighting Bronn, perhaps. Now, even though Oberyn mentions that he has 8 daughters in season 4 to Cersei when they're in the garden and he's writing a poem, we'll only be seeing 3 of the Sand Snakes, which is more than enough. That is Obara-San, played by Keisha Castle Hughes, the eldest bastard daughter of Oberyn. Keisha Castle Hughes in a recent interview described her as a warrior monk. This is also rumored that she may fight a season regular, which many believe is to be Jaime Lannister, but I'll touch again on that a little later. In the middle we have Nymeria-San, played by Jessica Henwick. She's the second eldest bastard daughter of Oberyn, and as you have seen, she likes to use her whip a lot. Then we have Tyene-San, played by Rosabelle Laurenti Salas. She's a little different in the show as she is in the books, as she has dark hair in the show. She's also Oberyn and Ellaria San's only daughter in the show. Plus, she likes to use her daggers a lot. Also, it's rumored the actress said that she has a topless scene, so I don't know with who she's going to interact with in that particular scene, but somehow I've got a feeling it might be Bronn. So here's what I think the Martell family tree will look like. Now we've got Dorne on the left, we've got Trystane over there, then we have Elia and Rhaegar Targaryen, and the reason I couldn't put their Elia and Rhaegar's pictures there because they haven't appeared in the show, so I just rather put the sigils there. And then obviously then you have old Oberyn and Ellaria Sand and then his bastard daughters. Yeah, so that's what I think all the Martell family tree will look like in the future of Game of Thrones. Whether they bring another Sand Snake in future, I'm not entirely sure, but I think that will basically be the basis of what the TV show will run on. Now, what we know is that according to the pictures I've seen and articles I've read, Jaime and Bronn are going to Dorne at around episode 3, and they'll probably arrive there about episode 4. And Jaime will remain there in Dorne until episode 9. Jaime is sent to Dorne by Cersei as the Sand Snakes send a viper's head as a gift to Cersei with a pendant in the viper's mouth, apparently belonging to Myrcella. Plus Cersei ain't much of a fan of the Martells to begin with, so the Sand Snakes giving her a reason to bring Myrcella back is actually in her best interest. That obviously looks like it's going to fail. My personal opinion is Jaime is taking the role of Balon Swan in the books to a certain degree, obviously with a lot of changes. So Jaime and Brienne meeting up in season 5 is a major doubt, and I don't think it's going to happen. Now, what I think will happen is Jaime and Bronn will be sent to Dorne, like I mentioned, in episode 3, and then they'll arrive there at about episode 4. I think this will be the first time we see Dorne is in episode 4, is through them. Even though Ellaria Sand has been established in the show in season 4, I think they want more of an established character to introduce Dorne, so which is absolutely fine. So Jaime is absolutely perfect for that. Jaime and Bronn will stop off the shores of Dorne. It will counter some Dornish soldiers that we've seen in numerous trailer 1 and trailer 2. They'll kill the Dornish soldiers, take their clothes. When in Sunspear, they'll be discovered as the Sand Snakes will interrogate the captain that brought them down to Dorne. As we see him in trailer 1, you see Nymeria Sand use a whip and whip a bucket off the person's head, and you see somebody's head is just above the sand, which is most likely the captain. So they'll interrogate him, get the information out of him that old Jaime and Bronn have arrived in Dorne. Jaime will probably then fight Obara in Sunspear. Also, Jaime will see that Myrcella and Trystane actually love each other, as it's rumored that they're going to make more of a love story between Myrcella and Trystane. And this will probably change his perception and won't bring Myrcella back. After Jaime leaves Dorne, which will most likely be in episode 9, because he's still there, so towards the end of episode 9, 10, I believe Dorne will give his whole fire and blood speech. We also got leaked images from Canal that Doran, Trystane, and all the new Dornish characters are in episode 9. So that basically, that means people who thought that Trystane is going to take Quentin's role, forget it. Trystane is not going to get barbecued in Meereen. I have my own theories on what role Trystane will play, but I will share that with you later. Now, the characters I think will take Arianne's role will be Ellaria Sand and the Sand Snakes, and perhaps to a certain degree Trystane. Ellaria Sand, from what we've seen and heard, looks like she will be the one who wants to get revenge for Oberyn, on Oberyn's death, and not be the same character that tries to prevent Dorne from seeking revenge. The Sand Snakes will obviously want revenge, and they'll have the hot-headedness of their father Oberyn. So could see Dorne and Arya Hota keeping Ellaria Sand and the Sand Snakes locked up for a time being. And then towards episode 9, episode 10, Dorne reveals his plan to Ilaria and the Sand Snakes and gives that whole fire and blood speech like I mentioned just now. Now, since I think that Aegon has been cut from the show, even though they could delay him till season 6, I'm seriously starting to doubt it. So who fills that role? Who fills that void then? Now, there are a lot of crazy theories flying around that Trystane is actually Aegon, which I doubt, and I don't subscribe to this theory either, as Oberyn is a hothead, but he's not an idiot, and he would know whether his brother has had no children. So the whole thing for Elia and her children just makes no sense. He would know that if the real Aegon's still alive, he would know it if people used that theory. So I think Trystane will just be Trystane, but that either Dorne fills that void by fighting for revenge, or having a bigger Queenmaker's plot by declaring war, by trying to put Myrcella on the Iron Throne with Trystane as her husband, or that Dorne joins with Dany when she arrives in Westeros in season 6, and old Doran wants Trystane to marry Dany. But that's season 6 stuff, so I'll put that aside. So I could see perhaps in episode 9, like Jaime leaves Myrcella because her and Trystane are in love, but goes back to King's Landing with a sand snake to serve on the small council. But I'm really looking forward to the storyline, mainly because I don't know where they're going with the storyline, but I guess due to looking forward to something a little new. But anyways, yeah, this storyline, I'm probably looking forward to the most, the northern storyline, and then probably this behind, because like I said, I don't know where they're going with it. So, but anyways, guys, I'm going to do a part 2 video next, just focusing solely on King's Landing.